way out and put this darkness behind us. And underground is my oration, sound integration. But situation is we're surrounded by light negation. It's black as pitch cause we're trapped by our violent souls. In a deep mind where deep rhymes won't keep my self-control. Too many foes, we feel snake bit and we won't take it. Enemies need their face hit, we going ape shit.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped and enshrined by my own mind.
Shoot through these tunnels and keep it moving, no knuckle dragging. It's like a jungle, etc. Keep zigging and zagging. These lizards ready to fire in military attire. Heaters, cannons, entire arsenals, bangers for hire. We only got double barrels, but we don't monkey with them. Just throw shots and we hit them to this industrial rhythm. Still searching for the light, still more to fight. Still at war with our plight, but still we're sure of our own collective might.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped and enshrined by my own mind. Hell is my confinement within this mind. No way out, we're running out of time.
Time to get fractious, we practice guerrilla tactics. Regular G's can't match this, so I ain't trying to attack us. I'm a bad boy like Diddy, but I ain't talking Sean John, cause it's on like Son of Kong. Gots to get our chimp on, that means we simply simulate simians simultaneously. And all y'all snakes beastin' to kill us is living dangerously. Straight bananas is the conflict these opponents hand us. So battle status, in these catacombs we got no manners.
All I know is pain to give the same. All I have ingrained is hate. Misery of shame forever will remain. So I must regain my faith.
Threats come relentless in this zoo. No one defends us, and they won't commend us when we're through. It don't matter, cause I'm after something resembling peace. I get madder every other day that this shit don't cease. Since our conception, downward has been my life's direction. Had no protection from evil factions and predilections. Heart of a killer for gorilla, pillar of coffin fillers. Nothing vanilla about us, true thriller, minute gorillas. Our main position, this mission, is to improve conditions. And it's our own volition, we ain't looking for permission. Vanish from our position like we're magicians. In addition, our plan to see freedom's light comes to fruition.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped and enshrined by my own mind. Hell is my confinement within this mind. No way out, we're running out of time.
Taking it, we going ape shit. We ain't taking it. Yeah, we going ape shit. We going ape shit. We going ape shit. We going ape shit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect T, here on this Thursday, live as this beautiful, hopefully having a nice evening here in a nice, I think it was what a sunny, not really sunny. It's well, it's night, Florida. Yeah, it's in the beyond dusk. It's night. So anyway, hope you're having a good time. Hope you're feeling blessed. Hope you are feeling good in your your nice little stuff here. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling blessed. Hope you are having a beautiful week. We got some stuff to talk about. We got some stuff here, some things, AEW issues. We got some stuff here. We got like their recent stuff from Dynasty, not Dynasty. Let's see, what was it? Uh, I think it was, if I can find it, if I can find the thing, you know, you know, if I can find it, I believe that where is it? Ah, here it is. All right, some stuff here, but first we gotta get to the main thing here. Ricochet. We're gonna talk about this stuff too. But first off, oh yeah, this was posted yesterday. Ricochet is putting backlash to a woman. He's glad he got battling multiple sclerosis. Exactly. This is again. The exam went down on March 16th. The woman was criticizing the former talent's acting abilities, W talent's acting abilities, and he goes with that stuff. And he's been going back and forth with this stuff. And I knew this was going to burn him. This was going to burn him because of the stupid Twitter, stupid stuff on social media. And now it might cost him his job. Who knows at this point? Maybe, maybe not. But when you do stupid stuff like this, when you do idiotic things like this stuff, you will be there's will be a punishment here. Women private and everything else, you'd say everything else about it, but it's too late. Everyone knows what you have done, and now people have looked at this, and you know these little things always pile up. And I think his online stuff, the best thing he could have done. You know what? The one thing he should do is delete his Twitter, delete all of that. And also the hatred and everything else got to his wife, you know, is you know, his wife getting death threats and what have you. And this was wrong too. I mean, and then again, I think there's a sickness in WWE. These people, like if you leave the company in any aspect, positive or negative, or what have you, you are seen as a betrayer. You are seen as someone that can't. But you are They will threaten you. They hate you. They honestly have this vileness and such. You can't make it to big leagues, or like it's this whole idea of WE being this brand type of stuff too. This branding and everything else here. And I mean, I feel so bad for Samantha Irvin and such, and I feel bad for her. She has to go through this stuff too, and all this other bullshit. It is, and hopefully, after all of this, one, Ricochet does not even go back on Twitter, does not even go back on X, which personally I barely go on there. I only look in there, but I haven't really posted much. I used to post a lot more with my friends and everything else, but now I don't post much more. I hate doing that because used to I have I made 169 posts, but I just retweet like things that are interesting to me. But quite honestly, when I don't, I just sit back and I rarely post things I used to. I used to post a lot more. Instead, they are not maybe one post for me, two posts and maybe some retweets and everything else, but more often than not, I just don't post much anymore. And you know, I think that's one thing a lot of people need to a lot of sites I watch, but I don't stay on there. Blue Sky sometimes, but mostly on Threads. Sometimes I abandoned my Facebook page. Only one post maybe per like 6 or 7 months. Um, and YouTube, which is here. I don't write posts. I should maybe do that more often. I should do it more often because of the live stream and everything else. I need to do that. Um, but yeah, social media is a poison, and it is something that we all need to make sure that people need to just calm down and not take this stuff really. Because again, I think Dave Chappelle. I think people whether you hate him, love him, or anything else. I think he made that point. Twitter is not a real place, and I would like to add upon that. I think something is it is real if you make it real. I believe because you put that much energy into something, it can get real and it can be very negative and it can really hurt you and the people around you. So make sure if you are getting that place, do not respond back and forth. Don't go into these dark places and such, and all that type of stuff. Because again, this was wrong. What she did and said was wrong, and I don't know if it's going to cost him his job. I think it's going to cost him his Twitter page. I think it's going to cost him his all social media stuff. He should never say that shit again. He should be. I think he's going to be on that. The Sammy Guevara treatment, just banished to Ring of Honor. And poor GOA, by the way, the Gates of Agony, who worked twice hard, do all that hard goddamn work, and this stuff is going to happen. They might be pushed as well, which is fucking stupid. They're great. Both guys should be in the mix of the tag team division. I would say that the trios division, but old Ricochet, dumb bald ass, screwed things up. So yeah, he messed things up for everybody. This messes up everybody. So this is again what you're doing. There is all the stuff that affects you, stuff that affects everyone. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? It affects everybody around you. There are things that always will affect you around. Everything affects you. You understand? Things will always do. All right. But also the bad news and everything else. And another bad news here, Wrestle Purist said Tony Storm, she's going to be out of action for a long time due to undisclosed injury or injuries. She's out. And this is another blow for the women's division to Tony, because again, AEW has they're stars, but they're not really stars up there in the women's division. And I worry, when I look at it, there's not much hoopers in that division. I'm looking at that here, and I see there's some good stuff here. The champions are fine. I'm gonna look at this here. I think the champions here, Willow. I think Divine Dominion. These are not bad women's. The women's champs are here, but I look at the other women's champion stuff here. Let me see. Let me see how this other stuff here. Look at that. Let me see any of the women's championship. Guys, a lot of dudes here, but yeah. Let's see. Hologram. Where are the ladies? I don't know what I did the male thing, but where are the women? Men. Oh, there it is. It is the women's roster. I think hopefully Anna Jay. I think she's fine. She could step up. Athena needs to be used definitely more. I don't know what Britt Baker's going around, but she might be show up or not. I think she's better as a manager. Deanna Purrazzo could be good if she can be put in that position. Emi Sakura, I think she'll be. She's a little about that. Deontay, I don't know how she's old, but she's in the Ring of Honor, but she can be good. Holly Cameron, the Hikaru Shida, maybe stuff like that. I think Hikaru Shida could be in that position to build herself up. Yes, Haya, all right, let's do something. I think she could do. She was on a tag team. Chris Statlander, they need something big here. Not her. Karen Jarrett, I don't think she can wrestle. Camille, I don't know last time she was on the screen. I don't know. Camille, same thing. They need to she's gonna probably. I won't be surprised if Camille gets called up because of these injuries. Leah Gray, I think she's injured, but I think she's trying to come back. Madison Rain, she retired. Marina Safir, everything about her is great, but the wrestling, unless she's in a hardcore match. Maya World, she's in a tag team with Hyon, but I think she has very good potential. I saw some of the indie matches, really good stuff here. Naya Rose, she hasn't been seen for a long while. Mia Sayakawa, I think she could be really good. You need to put her up there. Mercedes Monet, she's going to come back soon. Penelope Ford, she's injured. Dang, bad. Persephone, she needs to be pushed up. I mean, they might push her, CML champ. Queen Amidala, when she comes back 100%, that's going to be something there. I don't know what Rebel. I think she's going through some medical issues. Red Velvet, I think you can put her in that position. Ruby Soho, I think she's taking care of her kids. Riho, she's only for 4 or 5 months. Deeb, I don't see her in a while. Sky Blue, I think she has very good potential. Ty Mello, she's good too. Even though more people she could be really good. Ty Mello can be very good. I think she could be pushed up too. Blue should be that too. Thunder Rosa as a mentor, I think she's good. Tony Storm, she's injured. Zaya Skill, I think she's good too. These are people who should be used more. So yeah, these are people they need to be used more. The women. So yeah, there's a lot of people here that needs to be elevated, and some people will probably be called back in soon. I think Ty Mello's gonna be called back soon because she could be dependable. Queen Amadala, she's coming back. I think she's gonna be 100% soon. I think you need to put their stuff on Willow and Tekla. That's gonna be something. Bane and Mega Bane and Lena Cross, they're gonna step up. Lila Gray, hopefully she can come back soon. I think Julia Hart, look, a lot of people think she got mid or whatever. She's getting better, and I think she just needs. I know house shows don't exist in AEW world or WE at this much, but I think she needs a good I honestly think the best thing to her is to go on an excursion. Her and Sky Blue just go on an excursion for 6-7 months, work with Stardom, and just have them just dominate for a while, build themselves up, and then I think because I think there's potential in Julia Hart. I think there's potential in Queen Amidala and all Sky Blue and there's a lot of young people on here that could be great. There's greatness here, but it's just how you present it, and that's going to be the issue of these of when you look at this position. There's potential, but you need to stop. And by the way, like I said, let me get back here. Use her more. Use Athena more. Use her. Use Athena more. I know she's busy Ring of Honor and building up her own promotion, which is good. I highly, I'm pro that, but come on, let's do some more stuff with her. She's great. And greatness should not be forgetful. Greatness needs to be forgetting. Yeah, don't forget. Don't have the greatness needs to be here. Do not that sort of thing. Do not um, you know do not let greatness spoil. Yeah, I'm saying. But anyway, we got some other stuff here. Some interesting things. No, no, well, yeah. Some good news with AEW. So yeah, I got the bad stuff here. Went all the stuff there. So I'm gonna be fair. The Ring of Honor, I don't know. What Ring of Honor should have been, if I want to be real, Ring of Honor, if they had much more guts, they would have been in this position. But here we are. Ring of Honor, AEW Revolution did really good. I mean, it looks like it has drew between 140,000 to 800,000 buys. That is almost 200,000. They average around over 150,000 to 180,000. Over 180,000 or maybe even 200,000. The pay-per-view model still works. And in some instances, it still works. We're not even counting, fight or this is on fight or whatever, or HBO Max buys probably a lot higher. And I think that's going to be the big thing for that is going to be pushed for a long while. over $1 million gate. AEW is a very hot promotion. Even though last Wednesday night was completely, the crowd was basically DOA at that point. But it got hot when Mark Davis and us people, in fact, scratch that. It got hot when Swerve made his announcements. Hey, Swerve actually can bring the crowd back. That sort of thing. So, yeah, there is stuff there. And I think that is something people need to, stuff like that. So, just things of that. I do am, like I said, that's the eternal TNA fan. I know they're on. I know they got their little $100. I mean, I'm still of an old school TNA fan, and I will keep saying this. I am still pissed that somehow this company, with only maybe 500, maybe 600,000 people watching on cable, somehow can get buys like this. But when TNA got over 1 million or 1.5 or 1.2 or whatever millions they had, your only baby buys get were maybe 25, 30,000, and that was it. And it was flukes. They only get over 60,000. And they never capitalize on it. And I'm like, man, I hate it. I hate this. I actually hate the fact that a little bit of hate that TNA never got to this level, and they should have been for a long time. But meanwhile, AEW have gotten to this level, and here they are. And I think they earned it. They really have built up here. And well, I'll say this though. They have at least a couple months. Have Paige come back, and maybe if I was doing it, I'll put him in I'll have him be the unified champion. Have him be the unified champion. I think have him be the guy who unifies that belt. I know they're doing some of Konosuke Takeshita and all that stuff. Yeah. I think it leads up. I think all that's going to lead up to Takeshita versus Hangman at World's End. And Hangman wins and put that belt on the line as well. It's got all the belts on the line. I think it's going to be Takeshita versus Hangman. Hangman wins, unifies it, and then just have banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, 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 bang, 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 banger for like a year or 2 years. Really build that stuff up. Make that unified championship his. Have him go around the world, do it. Make himself the Rob Van Dam of AEW, and just have him be like that until maybe Max goes completely insane and jealous, and then they forces him to do it. Or heck, people from Blue Moon said Roman Reigns show up, which is hilarious, which is never going to happen. But who knows? But yeah, I think that's what's going to be 2 years down the line. That means the statement does, and it makes the whole man of his word if he holds it for 2 years. That's going to be very interesting. And last but not least, this story came up that Tony Khan bid on WE 2023. There were 4 bidders: Endeavor plus KR and W Media, but there's new court. So there's the fourth was the AEW owner Tony Khan and less known entity Base 10. Oh no! Let me see if I can see if this is all right. Let me share this tab here. Yeah, it was accompanied by they were going to place a bid with Alpha for 2023, and created by TKO. And by the way, there's a shareholder lawsuit because they might have gotten a little bit more money that they sold off to something else, and it was tied to Vince. Apparently, it's just a weird type of thing. Anyway, the claim originally filed transfer court in November 2023 has been unredacted. Answers, legal responses to defendants. Each page of contract also been redacted. The response denied various aspects of the lawsuit's allegations, but affirmed that these are the bidders, thereby disclosing the key suitors for WWE, which was put up for sale in January 2023. And the reason why he did it, because he wanted to get back in power. Couldn't go off in that night. People saying, well, it was time for me to go that last year. And that was, he's going to leave. No. He was already working behind the scenes to get back in position. And now here we are. So it was all about this. They were going to have, they were going to do a little bit of they were going to do 6.9 million. This was going to be, oh wow. So in these terms, Base 10 was 6.9 billion. KKR was 80 billion to 8.7 billion. Liberty Media, 8.5 billion to 8.9 billion. And Endeavor, 8.5 billion. Well, there were overlapping monetary value, but plaintiffs alleged that the company, especially those with Liberty and KR, were not allowed to fully develop, including a truly competitive process in which the bidding would have gone higher. Oh my. So that could have been interesting. So they would have probably, there is a world that they buy it. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do with all this other stuff because, there was, a lot of people bidding, and then there was 20 parties, including, other companies like NBC, Universal, Comcast, Disney, Amazon, eventual media partner Netflix. So all this stuff was going to be there. But this right here could have been a very interesting story if Tony Khan could have bought it. I don't think it would have worked. I don't think it would have been a very, I don't know what type of stuff out there. But it would have been very interesting, to say the least, if Tony Khan could have bought it. I don't know what the booking would be about. It's too much for a show. I don't think it'd be way too much. It would be way too much, though. Too much stuff, too much content. And I don't think you can build up. I think it would be people. I think people forget about how bad the invasion was. This might be this, but worse. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. And this could be the greatest crossover story since the Infinity War. Or something like that. Could be the pro wrestling version of the Infinity Saga. But I don't trust the people who would have wrote this. Too many egos, too many things, too much moving parts, injuries, everything else. I don't think it would have worked. But hey, I could be wrong. I want to hear what you all have to say. I want to hear your contents and everything else here. I want to hear you all want thoughts here. By the way, if you like this stuff here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to all this stuff here to make sure this show continues to be around. Because hey, it is you, the people, who drive this stuff here. They are the drivers here. And I want to listen to y'all, hear what your thoughts have to say. Anyway, we will be back after this. We're going to talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Trailer came out, and basically, I can't really find the rhyme for it. But anyway, I'll talk about the Spider-Man trailer. We'll be live right after this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back right after this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be right back right after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you once again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff here on the Dukect Lounge. All right, let me just get this big story, big things popping, little things stopping. Okay, there we are. Spider-Man Brand New Day sets a 24-hour trailer record with 78 million views. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Compared to anything else. Let's see. Compared to. Let's see. All right. Meanwhile, let me just look at the. Let's see. Supergirl trailer. 23 million. 34. Well, compared to this, by the way, well, to be fair, I'm looking at Supergirl's trailer. It's got over 23 million views. That's not, but then this is a brand new property. Most people haven't heard of Supergirl. Meanwhile, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Brand New Day is still one of the most, it is a, what would you call it? A huge, and I say this huge thing because once again, Spider-Man is just, you look at what it is. Over all those over the combined is one of the biggest things out there because it's one of the most, you know, the character of Spider-Man is so, you know, the working man's hero, all the other stuff. Everyone likes Spider-Man. Everyone loves the character, and it just will. This guy is Spider-Man. Is I mean, you look at this, it is one of the most biggest things Sony has ever had. It reached over seven. Look at this over wave metrics. Let's see how much wave metrics and everything else. Um, according to them, it said over 78 million views last on Wednesday. And of course, it's one of the biggest popular characters. And you're not only that, you have him interacting with other people in the Marvel universe. And again, this feels like it's finally getting to be Spider-Man. All this other stuff here. And Avengers, I mean, again, it's bigger than the Avengers. Spider-Man, yeah, by the way, it is No Way Home, 355 million people watch that. So it is still one of the most, Spider-Man is still one of the biggest thing here. Um, and by the way, it's from Daniel Cretton from Shang-Chi, which by the way, he has been seen. You got, by the way, I like the fact that, you have all this stuff here. You have John Berthal, Mark Ruffalo, said he said all the people who are like other Marvel stuff, which feels natural because they're street level heroes. I mean, well, Hulk is not really street level; he's more, yeah. But yeah, even though I just think that Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, which they will never do a Hulk movie because Universal owns that stuff. They're not letting that stuff go, people. They are never letting that stuff go. They're never letting that stuff go, people. They're not going to. They're never going to let it go. That is the Hulk is still going to be there for the rest of the day. So, yeah, I think that Spider-Man is going to. This is the closest you'll get, and the trailer looks really good. Spider-Man fighting against the Hand. He's doing all this like. No, I think he's evolving into a bigger spider or whatever. And I think it's all going to connect to, I like the street level stuff, but it's going to be wiped away because of Doomsday. It's all going to ripe away because of Doomsday, and that's the problem. You know, um, they're all saying it's creative, but and they're happy to do this again. But at the end of the day, it is going to be Doomsday, and it's going to wipe out the stuff, and you're going to have all this stuff here happen. I wish because it's so scattershot. I think a lot of the problem with Spider-Man and most of the MCU stuff, it's been scattershot. A lot of it has been scattershot, and I hope into reboot, and I really do. I hope they have what bases in the four bases Marvel. I think one of the people with Blue Moon Markeem, shout out to him, said there should be four stuff here. Street level, mystical, political, and out there in space. And I think that should be the new case for Marvel. And I think they're doing that for DC as well. Like space stuff is over there. And they haven't done really with the street level stuff, which when they start doing street level and have those type of quadrants, I think that would be something people were going to be really happy for. I think that's one thing that people are going to be like, yes, they finally are, because Marvel is a different world. They should be doing that. Not everyone in the world, but yeah, I think mutants be over here, street level here, political intrigue over here, mystical stuff over here, space stuff over there, and they rarely combine. But when they do combine, it means something. Have the characters come and such, and I think come together and do things. I think that's one thing that has been lacking with Marvel for a very long time, and I think the heart of the characters. Say what you want about James Gunn, you can say a lot of it. The heart of the characters, and I know Lantis has a little bit of dust ups here, but I hope they get the heart of the characters. I hope they I get it, the heart. I'm like, they got it right there, and how things change and everything else. Because if you get the heart right, you get the emotions right, and you have the connection to the people right, you will have a way of building your building your movie stuff. And I think Superman did good. Peacemaker was really good, even though the ending just it's such like that. But the next thing, the third thing is Supergirl, which is coming up first, then Lanterns, then Clayface, and I hope they all connect, not in the whole they all connect, but connect in ways with the audience, connect in ways with these characters when they do right, when they do wrong, when they are like, okay, how you do it, and hopefully by the time Batman shows up, which hopefully he does, that means we'll have that more of a connection to it, and hopefully they start doing these things as well, and that's why I say, like I said, getting back to Marvel and Spider-Man, I'm happy this does well because it looked good. He looks like he's fighting a hand. He looks like he's fighting some really good, old street level villains, some mystical villains, something there. I hope that means that Spider-Man will have to, build up his rogue gallery to do something instead of interdimensional stuff. Make it grounded and make it feel important. Keep people connected. Even the most fantastical thing, if you have people, and I hope they do something, because I think Doomsday is going to rewrite the whole thing, and I think they're going to do a huge reboot. I think they're probably going to move on. And I think this going to have Tom Holland or maybe somebody else. I think Tom Holland will probably get tired of doing it. I think Tom Holland will probably be tired of doing the Spider-Man stuff for a while, because I think he's probably going to finish this stuff, probably finish up Doomsday as well. I would not be surprised. He's like, you know what? Let me just do something else. I'd be like, I'm done. Let me just do something else. And if he is smart enough, I think he should do that. I think he should be like, okay, be more diverse. I mean, I know people hate Timmy Chalamet because he's the worst thing ever. Like, oh, he made fun of Belly. But I think he, Dune or what have you. By the way, is taking on Avengers, which that shows people like, the whole Avenger thing is not the biggest thing right now. Dune might actually. I would not be surprised if Dune actually beats it. I wouldn't be surprised because Marvel, for the most part, they haven't really been hitting. Dune, for the biggest part, I think has hit. I don't really like the first one, but the second one was really good. I think Timothy Chalamet is still that hot commodity, and everyone likes him for the most part. I think he really can be that great. And if he does, if Dune the Third, the end of the trilogy, knocks down the Avengers, not only they're going to do a reboot, a hard reboot, which I think this movie will finally do, they will probably, I guarantee you, they're going to probably like, you know what? I think some of those actors are like, you know what? I think we need this as an off ramp. They're going to use it as an off ramp, and Tom Holland might like someone around like, I think it's time to go. I think Zendaya's in that movie too. So like, hey, so probably tell Tom Holland like, hey, this whole thing Marvel thing gotta get out, and find something new. So Spider-Man Brand New Day is probably gonna make $1 billion. Spider-Man is big money, even though he's broke. It's hilarious how Spider-Man in the world, in this universe, in this reality, and everything else is fiction. This fictional character who is though, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. This character, this man who's broke, bum ass broke, like he's broke all the time, and yet somehow is he sells the comics, he sells the TV shows, the merch, everything, everything. Spider-Man goes, it's makes money. Even the worst films somehow make budget. So it's hilarious, and it's also just weird how this happens. It's crazy how this happens, and it's just weird, ladies and gentlemen. It's just weird. And hey, that's how things work now, man. It's how the world is it all shakes out sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? It's how it all shakes out, and how everything just like works into this whole thing. That's how life works out. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's how this show worked out pretty well. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with me. Duke CT, the live streams hopefully will come back Friday, hopefully afternoon. If not, Saturday. Definitely Saturday. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Sticking with me, Duke CT. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.